Hello, this is John Michael Goudelet again. I'm going to be doing a presentation on Evodius. This is the second bishop of Antioch, right there on the border of Syria and Turkey. It says Saint Evodius of Antioch, pray for us. So he was very familiar with the disciples, the Jesus Christ disciples. It reads here, Saint Evodius of Antioch, 50 AD to 70 AD, was one of the 72 disciples of Jesus. It says one of the 72 disciples of Jesus and the first successor to Saint Peter as Bishop of Antioch. So Saint Peter was a bishop of Antioch also. And there's going to be more traditionally accredited with coining the term Christian for believers in Antioch. He served for 27 years and is venerated as a martyr under Nero, succeeded by Saint Ignatius. He's another bishop, another pope of Antioch. So it says, as a leader in the early church, he took over the leadership of the community of Antioch after St. Peter left to travel to Rome. Tradition holds that Evodius was the first to use the name Christian to describe the followers of Jesus. He is believed to be one of the original 70 or 72 disciples sent by Jesus, was converted to the ministry of St. Peter. Death. He traditionally believed to have died as a martyr in Antioch during the reign of Emperor Nero, likely between 64 and 67 AD. The early sources on his martyrdom are scarce. The feast day, his feast day is celebrated on May the 6th in Roman Catholic tradition, and in some Orthodox traditions on September the 7th or April the 29th. He is considered a significant, through historically documented figure of the immediate post-apostolic, sub-apostolic generation. So he is the second pope. Right here it says Evodius was an early Christian identified by some Christians writing as the second bishop, second pope of Antioch. In some tradition he is seen as succeeding Peter the bishop, also a pope. He is regarded as a Catholic. This is him again, a Christian. Catholic means universal. So Saint Evodius of Antioch, pray for us. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a little presentation on how this all got to be. This city, Antioch, was taken over by Antiochus the Fourth Epiphanes. And Antioch, city in Turkey, was founded in 300 BC by Seleucus I, dictator, and served as a major capital of the Seleucid Empire. Ruled by various kings named Antiochus or Epiphanes. From its inception until, Well, the Romans kind of took over after that. General Pompey took Syria, the Roman conquest in 64 BC. But still, the story goes as it was established on the Orontes River, quickly becoming the central administrative and cultive hub of the Hellenistic kingdom. Seleucid capital city in Antioch. Antiochus the fourth Epiphanes reigned in 175 to 164 BC. So all of this happened way before St. Peter came in. Ruled the Seleucid Empire from the capital city of Antioch, Turkey, Syria. Antiochus IV stole the throne in Antioch after befriending some powerful people in Athens. So he kind of stole the throne, and he did befriend some powerful people in Athens. Antiochus IV entered Antioch secretly in 1975 BCE before revealing himself at a public gathering. The people of Antioch accepted his rule, though they knew it was not his right. His brother, the fourth Seleucid Philopator, had assumed the crown in Antioch. When his brother was murdered, the crown was to go to, this was Antiochus, of course, brother, Philopator, Seleucus, the fourth, were brothers. And he was murdered. The crown was to go to Seleucus Philopator's son. Antiochus IV is widely believed to have murdered his young nephew and took the throne in Antioch. Antiochus IV Epiphanes attacked and seized Jerusalem in 1968 BC. Following his withdrawal from Egypt, following this in 1967 BC, he desecrated the temple and initiated severe persecution of the Jews, slaughtering thousands. In 1967 BC, he erected the abomination of desolation, an altar to Zeus. This is the first abomination of desolation spoken in Daniel. Daniel chapter 8, verse 14 was the first 3.5 years that he stayed there in Jerusalem, and it was abomination of desolation because he put an altar of Zeus in the temple of God. So that was 3.5 years that he stayed there, 3 years and 4 months. And so the second abomination of desolation will come here in Revelation chapter 6, verse 1 and 2. When the second seal is open, Jesus Christ will press the second seal, and then that abomination of desolation will happen again in the temple of God. There will be the third temple that God will build like the first two temples. The King of Solomon, the temple was also built in Judas Maccabeus' days, 1968 BC. And then Herod the Great had it also. But the second abomination of desolation is going to come in the second, in the middle of the week, the 7-year tribulation. After 3.5 years of peace would be the first seal. The second seal will be the second abomination of desolation. That's the second 3.5 years. There's 2 3.5 years. Those are the two that I know for a fact that were abomination of desolation, 1 and 2. So Antiochus IV Epiphanes, the Seleucid king, reigned in 1975-1964 BC. Is widely considered the subject of detailed prophecies in the book of Daniel, especially chapters 8, 9, and 11. 10 and 11. Although not mentioned by name, he is described as a contemptible person who desecrates the temple and persecutes the Jews. Key aspects of Antiochus IV in Daniel include the little horn. He's considered the little horn. Daniel chapter 8, verse 9 to 14. Antiochus IV is described as a little horn that grows in power, stopping daily sacrifices and opposing God. Antiochus IV is just one of many antichrists before and after to come. Daniel's prophecy of Antiochus IV Epiphanes, a power that grows from a goat, representing Greece, heads to Israel, to first abomination of desolation. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I'll get started on another one.